What's up, folks? How y'all doing today? I'm gonna let my country out. I'm gonna come out anyway. I get angry, I get country. Born and raised in the mountains of West Virginia. I'm having a bad morning. I'm up to about here with everything that's been going on. So back in January, we had an event came to our shores. Bug that has no name on social media. And, well, it caused a bunch of chaos. And I hear a lot of bull, for lack of a better word. I'd like to use some other words, but that's okay. You know, after something happens, it's real easy to look back and say, I could have done this, or you could have done that, and then blame, you know. And the reality is what happened when it happened. You know, Trump, he banned travel. And in the process of banning travel, he slowed it down. I don't think there was any stopping of this. I find it interesting that in the place where this originated, inside of its own country, they had already banned travel from this origin place, but they hadn't banned it outside into other countries. Basically, let's take care of ourselves and we'll let the rest of the world deal with their own problem. Yeah, right. Okay. But, you know, the president, he did this, and then we have, you know, people saying, he didn't do nothing, he didn't do nothing, he didn't do nothing. Yeah, well, let's be honest. Joe Biden said he was xenophobic. Look up the word xenophobic. He's stopping the travel of a virus, but he's xenophobic. He shouldn't have made the ban. Pelosi goes to Chinatown and invites people to come down and hang out. But he didn't do nothing. When their own actions, which was put on by the mainstream media and show that they would have done something different. They wouldn't have took those actions. Those actions that he should have took earlier. Based on what? Look at what the World Health Organization was telling him. It wasn't dangerous. It didn't have signs of contagion or spreading. World Health Organization. The WHO. And I ain't talking about the band either. Those are facts. Those are facts that are put on by mainstream media, and they twisted it so you would see something different. You would think something different. They don't care. That alone, in its own, proves that they don't care. All they're out for is their political gain. Trump came out and he started talking about social distancing and washing your hands and putting masks on. Immediately, he did what he could to protect the American people so he could have enough time to bring groups of people in to the White House where he stayed day in and day out fighting this battle. But he didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing at all. I find it funny that he talked about this cure, this pill. We'll try to leave names off so nobody gets offended. That might actually work. He brought all these people in. He brought Fauci and he brought all these people in. These knowledgeable people. See, Fauci been around for a while. You realize he was one of the first people who did the investigations on the AIDS. AIDS came out in the mid-70s. So Fauci been around a while. Fauci knows bugs. He knows viruses. We'll talk about that later. Trump didn't do nothing. We had ventilator issues. They needed ventilators. So Trump enacted the country to create, make, and build ventilators. Built them by the thousands. Ford was changed from making vehicles to making ventilators to save American people. Thank you, Trump. But he didn't do nothing. Is Pelosi's name on that? Is Nadler's name on that? Is Shifty Schiff's name on that? Is anybody's name on that? Did they do that? No, they were too busy sitting at home saying, how can we make $1 off of this? We'll get to that in a little bit. California and New York were at their worst. And Trump activated the Mercy and the Comfort military, naval, medical vessels. Mainstream media said he can't do it in weeks. Before they could get the word out of their mouth, they're already sitting in their harbors. But Trump didn't do nothing. He enacted the military to go and build medical bases all over the United States to handle the cases, to make sure that we could keep separation. But he didn't do nothing. You remember, he didn't do nothing. Masks, PPE, ventilators, sitting in New Jersey in a warehouse. And they're going on TV and saying, we don't have them, we don't have them. Oh yeah, go Como. Como's so damn perfect. Go Como. Why are you hiding ventilators in New Jersey? If you need them, you should have activated and got them out. Understand, these states are responsible for taking care of their people. They're supposed to have these things stocked up. The government's supposed to do some too. But the states are supposed to do it as well. The government's only there as a relief in case it gets so bad that they can't take care of it themselves. If all they got is the stock on hand, they haven't prepared for it. They tell you one thing, but yet everything that I see says a completely different thing. Trump fought to make sure that businesses were saved. Trump fought to make sure you had a pot money in your pocket. Did you accept his check? Were you proud to get your $1,200? $24? More if you had children? The bill that was passed that gave you that check was a bipartisan bill created by the Senate. Democrats and Republicans walked into a room, sat down, and drew up a plan. That's called bipartisan. And just about the time they were ready to pass it in the Senate, in walks Pelosi. Got my Christmas list. Let's see if we can get everything we want. If you follow the news, if you follow what's going on, the money that went to some of those places ended up coming back to the Democratic National Convention. That's right, they got donations from the money they gave to them to help them. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? You want proof? Don't take my word for it. Go prove me a liar. Go find the actual documents. I've looked at them. Do it for yourself. I ain't going to do it for you. I'll get mad over just anything. World Health Organization and the CDC changed their mind more than an actor changes his freaking costumes on stage. Had to think to say that one. A lot of other things I might have said, but it probably been wrong. So we ain't gonna go there. So how do you put out something productive If the people you're talking to say it lives, it doesn't live, it dies, it doesn't die, you can breathe it, you can't breathe it, it's through touch, it's through what? Have you looked at the videos with the masks? Go get a mask and put it on, go outside into a room and spray it full of paint and walk out and see if you don't see paint underneath the mask. A virus is microscopic. Going through the fibers of most material is like driving a 12-lane highway. There ain't nothing going to stop it. But yet you keep running around and listening to their rhetoric. It's bullcrap. Now we're finding out that these tests that were took didn't even have real doctors. Can't remember the name of the place right now. And it's really irking me that I can't. But they didn't have real doctors. They looked into the names. They had no proof. They had no verification. They couldn't give the names of the people that took the test. Locations that the test was done. 100 doctors asked for this information. And they couldn't give it to them. That's how they got busted. It was a lie. A lie. L-I-E. Lie. Well, the VA did a study. Yeah, the VA did a non-study. The VA even came out and it said, we didn't do a study. We didn't do a proper study. But this pill is no good. It's no good because it's rock gut cheap. It don't cost $1,000 a dang pill. It costs like 80 cents a freaking pill. It's going to kill you, but yet people have been taking it for over 40 years, including pregnant women. It isn't even on a pregnant woman don't take list. Pregnant women can't even eat fish, but they can take this pill. When you look back on a situation, you will always find mistakes, things you could have done different. When I look back on this situation, what I see is that everybody that combated against him, everybody that fought against him could have done something different, like stand beside him. Instead of standing in their house and showing us the ice cream they're eating. Rich people, famous people, putting videos up about, oh God, my life is so hard. I have to stay at home. I can't go out and have my damn 90,000 freaking whatever. My poor Lamborghini been sitting in the driveway. I haven't even put a gallon of gas through it in 3 months. I don't want to hear about no famous rich people. You got money. You don't know what it's like to live like we live. You don't know what it's like to fight day to day. Because you're overpaid for just being a friggin' TV. Overpaid for being in the movies. Almighty and self-righteous, but yet you can't help the damn people laying on the streets in front of your house that's homeless, but you want to go tell the rest of America how to live their life. Keep your money. Keep yourself out of America. All you are is a freaking pretty picture and a waste of time because we bust our butts all day long and we need something to look at that might make us feel a little bit different. That's all you are. We go through all this hoopla that we've been through for months, sitting at home, doing nothing, having nothing, while y'all kick back taking it easy. Trump didn't do nothing. Trump didn't do nothing. Yeah, well, you sitting at home taking a vacation 3 times. 3 times you left Washington. You weren't there fighting for us. You were at home making a wish list. And about the time we're about to get something, you show up and stop it. That's truth. If you can't see that, I don't know what to say. This is the first of probably 3 videos. I'm going to stop it right here because that's the bug that has no name on social media. The bug that if you talk about on social media, they'll block you, they'll remove you, they'll stop you from being able to put your word out. Ain't it funny? And for all you people out there that say, well, they have these requirements that you have to meet by being on it, they also live under the same law as a telephone. They enjoy the benefits of the telephone. But what they're doing is the benefits of the media. There's two differences there. You need to look into that and see. You need to look into the laws about that. There is a difference. I'm angry. I got to get this out. But I love everybody out there. Please understand that I am just trying to say it as I see it. If you disbelieve me, if you believe that I'm lying to you, don't just say it. Prove it. Prove it with everything you got. And if you're going to prove it, quit watching mainstream media. Start looking into it. Google. Bring up some documents. I went through the president's itinerary. That's right. You can go online and get the president's itinerary. All the way back to December. Just to see how many times he went and played golf. And in the process of doing that, I learned a whole lot about what that man was doing. You want to know what he was doing? Don't let somebody tell you that he's playing golf when he's feeding the soldiers. Don't let somebody tell you that he's here when he's there. Because they say it on mainstream media. And then when they find out the truth, they go, oh, oops, I made a mistake. Okay, well, it was just a mistake. And then they do a change of the title, or they do a poorly publicized apology. Because they already put the word out. They already sowed the seed of dissension. They've already set your mindset. Learn for yourself. This is 2020. We have multiple ways of finding things out. Learn for yourself. Quit trusting the mainstream media. Another video. Much love. Next time we're going to talk about current state of affairs. Thank you. Have a great day.